Money doesn't change you, it reveals you. Income rarely outgrows personal development. Let's begin with a truth that makes many people uncomfortable because it removes excuses and places responsibility exactly where it belongs. Money does not change who you are. It reveals who you have already become. Give money to someone disciplined, and it becomes a tool for growth, generosity, and freedom. Give money to someone careless, and it becomes a faster way to chaos, stress, and regret. The money itself is neutral. It simply magnifies habits, attitudes, and character that already exist beneath the surface. That's why sudden wealth so often creates sudden problems. People think more money will fix their lives, but money doesn't fix weakness, it exposes it. If someone struggles with impatience, money makes them reckless. If someone avoids responsibility, money gives them more opportunities to escape it. If someone lacks self-control, money provides more ways to lose control. This is why some people earn more every year and still feel broke, anxious, and unfulfilled. Their financial life is simply a reflection of their internal life. Look closely and you'll notice something important. People don't usually lose money because of bad luck. They lose it because of bad habits repeated long enough to produce consequences. Overspending, avoiding planning, chasing quick wins, ignoring reality. These patterns don't disappear when income rises. They become more expensive. And on the other side, discipline doesn't suddenly appear when income increases either. If someone can manage a little with care, they'll manage more with wisdom. Money only turns the volume up on what's already playing. This leads directly to the next hard truth. Income rarely outgrows personal development. You don't earn what you want, you earn what you are prepared for. The marketplace doesn't reward need, and it doesn't respond to hope. It responds to value. The value of your skills, your thinking, your decision-making, and your ability to solve problems under pressure. Many people spend years focusing on the outside, chasing higher pay, better titles, or new opportunities, while ignoring the inside. They want the reward without becoming the person who deserves it. But growth always works from the inside out. Before your income changes, your thinking must change. Before your results improve, your standards must rise. Before life gives you more, you must become more. Personal development is not a luxury. It's not something you do when you have spare time. It is the foundation of financial progress. Learning how money works, learning how people work, learning how you work, developing discipline, emotional control, long-term thinking, and the ability to delay gratification. These are not motivational ideas, they are economic realities. Every level of income demands a certain level of responsibility. And when responsibility is missing, income stalls. That's why some people work harder every year but stay in the same place. Effort without growth has a ceiling. You can only push so hard with the same mindset before life pushes back. But when you grow, when your skills sharpen, your awareness deepens, your discipline strengthens, you don't have to chase money as aggressively. Opportunity begins to find you. This is where many people get discouraged because personal development is quiet work. No applause, no instant reward, reading when others are scrolling, practicing when others are relaxing, thinking when others are distracting themselves. But this invisible work creates visible results. Over time, your conversations change, your decisions improve, your confidence becomes grounded, not fragile. And slowly, almost unnoticed at first, your financial reality starts to shift. Money follows the person you are becoming. It follows clarity, it follows discipline, it follows growth. And when you understand that your income is not a reflection of your worth, but a reflection of your preparation, you stop feeling powerless. You stop waiting for luck. You start investing in yourself, knowing that every improvement you make internally has the power to change everything externally. Most people are trained to earn, not to think. Small financial decisions compound into big lives. From the moment most people enter the world, they are trained for survival, not strategy. They are taught how to earn a paycheck, but not how to think about money. How to follow instructions, but not how to design a life. The system rewards obedience and effort, not awareness. And so people grow up believing that if they work hard enough, stay busy enough, and remain patient enough, everything will somehow work out. But effort without direction leads to exhaustion, not freedom. Earning money is a skill. Thinking about money is a discipline. And most people never develop the second one. They learn how to clock in, but not how to step back, how to get paid, but not how to grow. As a result, they spend years reacting instead of planning. They wait for raises instead of building value. They hope their circumstances will change without ever changing the way they make decisions. This is why so many people feel trapped even when they are employed. They are active all day, yet powerless over their future. Their financial life is built on routines they never questioned and assumptions they never examined. They were told what to do, when to do it, and how long to do it, but never why. And without why, life becomes mechanical. Wake up, work, pay bills, repeat. The days blur together, and suddenly years have passed. Thinking changes everything. Thinking allows you to see patterns instead of problems. It helps you understand why some people move ahead while others stay stuck doing the same work with the same results. When you start thinking, you realize that income alone does not create wealth. Awareness does. Decisions do. Strategy does. You begin to ask better questions. Where is my money going? What is it doing when I'm not watching? Is this expense building my future or feeding a moment? And this is where small decisions quietly take control of entire lives. Because money rarely destroys people in dramatic ways. It doesn't usually collapse everything overnight. It erodes progress slowly, invisibly, through choices that feel insignificant at the time. A little unnecessary spending here, a little avoidance there, a decision to delay learning, a decision to postpone planning. None of it feels dangerous in isolation. But life doesn't reward isolated moments, it rewards patterns, and patterns compound. Every small financial decision you make is a vote for the life you are building. Saving a small amount regularly may feel pointless at first, but consistency gives it power. Wasting small amounts repeatedly may feel harmless, but repetition gives it consequences. Time multiplies whatever behavior you feed it. Discipline grows stronger, neglect grows heavier, and eventually the results show up, not as a surprise, but as a confirmation of what you've been practicing all along. People often look at someone successful and assume they made one big smart move, one lucky break, one perfect opportunity. But what they don't see are the thousands of small, boring decisions made quietly over time. Saying no when it was uncomfortable, choosing learning over leisure, choosing patience over impulse. These decisions didn't change life immediately, but they changed direction. And direction, given enough time, changes everything. This is also why financial stress feels so overwhelming for many people. It's not just about money, it's about realizing that small neglect has piled up into big pressure. Bills become reminders, debt becomes noise, regret becomes heavy. And yet the same principle that creates financial struggle also creates financial strength. Small positive actions, repeated daily, can slowly restore control. When you begin to think instead of react, you take your power back. You stop living at the mercy of circumstances and start shaping outcomes. You understand that every choice matters, not because it's dramatic, but because it's directional. And once you see that your daily decisions are quietly designing your future, you realize something empowering. Change doesn't require a miracle. It requires awareness, consistency, and the courage to think differently than you were trained to think. Comfort is more dangerous than failure. Wealth is built by discipline, not luck. There is a quiet danger that rarely announces itself, yet it holds more people back than fear or failure ever could. That danger is comfort. Failure, at least, demands your attention. It forces you to reflect, to adjust, to grow. Comfort, on the other hand, gently persuades you that nothing needs to change. It whispers that today is good enough, that tomorrow can wait, that effort can be postponed, and while you're resting in that comfort, time keeps moving forward. Most people don't lose their dreams in a moment of disaster. They lose them slowly, in moments of ease. A steady paycheck becomes a cushion. Routine becomes familiar. Familiar becomes safe. And safe becomes a prison you never meant to build. Comfort lowers standards. It convinces you to accept less than your potential, not because you lack ability, but because discomfort feels unnecessary. This is why so many people feel restless even when life seems fine. Deep down, they know they are capable of more. They feel it when they see others moving forward. They feel it in quiet moments when distractions fade. But comfort dulls urgency. It replaces hunger with habit, and hunger is what fuels growth. Failure can be painful, but it sharpens you. It teaches humility. It reveals weaknesses you didn't know you had. Comfort hides those weaknesses. It keeps you from testing yourself, from stretching your abilities, from discovering how strong you could become. Growth demands discomfort. Every new level of income, responsibility, and freedom requires you to leave something familiar behind. Now comes the final truth, the one that ties everything together. Wealth is not built by luck. Luck may open a door, but only discipline keeps it open. Discipline is the quiet force behind every lasting success. It's doing what needs to be done long after the excitement fades. It's choosing consistency over convenience, structure over impulse, long-term vision over short-term pleasure. People love stories of overnight success because they remove responsibility. They make wealth feel random, reserved for the fortunate few. But discipline is available to everyone, and that's what makes it powerful. Discipline doesn't require talent. It doesn't require perfect conditions. It requires decision made daily, often without applause. Discipline shows up when no one is watching, when it would be easier to spend than save, easier to relax than learn, easier to quit than continue. These moments seem small, but they shape identity, and identity shapes destiny. You don't wake up one day disciplined. You become disciplined by honoring small commitments repeatedly. Over time, discipline creates confidence, not the loud kind, but the quiet kind that comes from keeping promises to yourself. It builds trust in your own ability to handle more, and life responds to that trust. Opportunities expand, pressure becomes manageable, money becomes a tool instead of a source of stress. The brutal truth about money is not meant to discourage you. It's meant to free you. When you realize that your future is not controlled by luck, comfort, or circumstance, you reclaim your power. You understand that every disciplined choice is a vote for the life you want, and every act of courage moves you one step closer to financial control. So, if there is one decision to make today, make this one. Refuse to settle. Step out of comfort. Commit to discipline. Choose growth even when it feels inconvenient, because money will follow the person you are becoming, and the person you choose to become starting now will determine the life you live tomorrow.